Alright, what up guys? So today we have a comparison between the remastered DVDs and the Blu-rays. This is a comparison of Dragon Ball Z movies 1 through 13, and so if you guys were curious, I also put the original singles version of these releases up on screen so you guys can compare them to the remastered DVDs and then the Blu-rays. Just in case you guys were curious, because I know I was. So there you guys go. So I went through and checked all movies and basically checked to see if they did remaster them more than the very first time they remastered them for the digitally remastered release. And I was really hoping that the Blu-rays weren't just a copy and paste job basically. And the good thing is that they're not. So that's awesome. So I got at least one image for every single movie just to make sure they were all remastered. They were all redone. So next I'll be talking about the features. So these are Funimation releases, so these do have the English dub, and they do have the option for you to listen to the US soundtrack with that, or you can listen to the English dub with the original Japanese soundtrack, or if you're liking Super with the sub version, you could watch the subtitle version with the original Japanese music, and that's the original version of the movie, at least like story-wise and what the original script was. So I recommend checking that out at least once so you can see the difference. Now, none of these were redubbed, so they still say stuff like the Kaioken wrong. They say Kaioken. And this also has the original cast of Dragon Ball Z from Funimation before the Kai dub. So you still got Linda Young as Frieza, you still got Tiffany Bulmer as Bulma, and you still have Meredith McCoy as Android 18, and a few of those other past casts are still in this. Which I gotta say kind of sucks that they didn't redub them. It would have been nice to have another bonus like soundtrack so you could listen to the Kai voice cast just in case you weren't used to the original Funimation cast. As you've been seeing, the Blu-rays definitely looked better than the DVDs, which I'm very happy that they did that. I wasn't sure if they were gonna somehow make them better, but actually, yeah, and it's awesome. And then the Blu-rays are 1080p, and then the remastered DVDs are 720p, so that also made a difference in a good way. So that's another plus for the Blu-rays. Now, as for bonuses, you're not actually gonna find any really awesome features in any of these releases. They're practically the same, with only differences being that there's more trailers slash different trailers from the remastered DVDs to the Blu-rays. They're different trailers and a little more in the Blu-rays because they could fit more, and also because they came out in different years. So Funimation would obviously try to advertise their newer dubs, their newer anime that they're releasing. So there's different trailers. But yeah, basically everything else is exactly the same besides the quality looking overall better in the Blu-rays. And so when these movies were first available to be seen by the public, they were in theaters in 16 by 9, and Funimation decided to use selective cropping for this release, and they did a good job. The most important part of the picture is still on display, so that's cool. But it was also kind of weird, I didn't expect them to do that, and that's why you saw that in the original DVDs they had a little more picture in it, and then they had less picture when you saw the remastered DVDs and the Blu-rays. But it's all good. And the remastering process definitely did improve the quality of the image. The colors look sharper, they look a lot nicer, and also the lines in people's faces and arms and whatever looked more detailed. But it kind of sucks that the remastered DVDs, like their overall design and their box sets and the covers look nicer than the Blu-rays, and the Blu-rays look more simpler in their cases. But that's not a huge problem, like at all. It's just they would have been nicer if the Blu-rays look as good as the remastered DVDs in terms of the cases and the sleeves. So at the end of the day, I gotta say that the Blu-rays are definitely the better pick, and definitely the one I'm gonna recommend when people decide to get these movies, because they are better releases. Now the remastered DVDs and the Blu-rays go for about 20 bucks for sale, and people might actually want to get the DVDs because they come in packs of 5 or 4, while the Blu-rays only come with 2 or 3, 3 being the one with the Broly movies. But still, the way to go is definitely still the Blu-rays, even though it's going to be more expensive, which is expected because it's already a Blu-ray, even though they are only 2 to 3 movies. The upgrade in visuals make it worth it, or at least in my opinion. On a side note, if you guys want to save money when you buy these, either of these releases or any of them that come out in the future, try to get them all together, because that usually makes them overall cheaper. And that's just a bonus tip, and with basically everything it's going to be like that. Whether you get all the Dragon Ball Z Blu-rays for the anime, or the Orange Bricks, or the manga, it doesn't matter. Try to get everything all together in a bundle because it's going to be overall cheaper, usually. And I also don't recommend buying them straight from the stores because they sometimes go really pricey with those. So I guess I'll leave the rest to you guys. So what did you guys think about the remastered DVDs or the Blu-rays or the original DVDs? Whatever you guys want to talk about or anything we talked about here, let me know in the comment section below. Now, if it was my call and I was working at Funimation, I would have tried to get at least a few interviews in with some of the cast of the movies. What they should have done is right before this release happened, they should have asked people like Vic Mignogna, which is Broly, to come on down and just answer a few questions so that the Blu-ray release has another bonus for people to be like, yeah, I want that release. Asking them questions like, what do they think about the movies? And what does the villain that they played mean to them? Or how would they describe them? Stuff like that. That would have been a cool feature for those fans who like either are curious to see who dubs their favorite characters or who just like or for those who support the artists and know who they are already and just want to see more from them. And if they had the possibility to, it also would have been cool to interview the old cast that were in this movie and basically ask them what they're doing now. It would have been cool to have like an interview with like Tiffany and ask her like what she remembers when dubbing these movies and stuff like that and just add it to the Blu-ray. But it's whatever. I guess maybe next time. And then another bonus I would have done if I was in charge is that I would have this little like teaser trailer for the remastered movies of Dragon Ball. Because at this point in time, it doesn't seem like they're gonna release those on Blu-ray or remaster them at all. But that would have really hyped me up if they did have like a teaser trailer and that they were gonna re-release those remastered and stuff. And on Blu-ray, that would have been really awesome. And I'm curious about that. Like, do you guys actually want those movies or nah? Or like those don't really matter? Like I said, to me that would have been really awesome to have that in Blu-ray. I already have those in the 4-pack edition and also the single edition, but like if they can upgrade those movies, I say they should and they should go for it like and release them. Cuz I know I would definitely buy that and I'm pretty sure hardcore fans would too. Oh, before I forget, I'll have links in the description below for every one of these releases that I've been talking about in the description, so check that out too if you want. On my channel, I've also unboxed the Dragon Ball Super manga, I've unboxed the Daisenshu number 1, and a mess load of other Dragon Ball stuff. So yeah, check those links down in the description below. But that's basically all for today, so thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.